my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jessie, and my husband and I are on a journey. It is a journey to pay off all of our credit card debt. We are hoping, fingers crossed, that we can pay off all of our debt by the end of 2021. We have been on this journey for over a year now, and we're ready to be done with this credit card debt. So we are working hard to get these cards paid off, and today's video is going to be a debt snowball update. We have been focusing on a Discover card. We started out with our repayment plan of this Discover card on the 14th of December. You can see here that's when we started really tackling this card. And we started out with a total of $4,395.47 on this card. In December, you can see that we paid off a little chunk. I like to color code my charts. This chart here is from debtfreecharts.com, by the way. I will link Debt Free Charts down below. It's a great resource for fun printables like this that are completely free. So yeah, for the couple of weeks in December that we were tackling this card, we paid off, a little chunk. We got it down to around $3,872. And then in January, we paid off another chunk, quite a bit bigger of a chunk. Of course, we had all of January to tackle it, so that makes sense. And now we are going to do an update so we can talk about how much I was able to pay off in the month of February. So I just went in to my statement for this card to see what the balance is at currently. We've been tackling this. We pay towards our debt every single week. Our debt snowball, the amount that we pay towards this card every week, is $173. So that is the bare minimum that we aim to pay towards this card. And if we go back through my Paycheck bill trackers here for February, I can show you where we have made those payments. So for the first week in February, you can see debt snowball payment of $173, or you could see if I would zoom you guys in. There we go. So we made a $173 payment there. For the second week, we made a $173 payment there. Third week, we made a $173 payment there. I have not quite done my fourth week in February yet, but rest assured I'll be making a $173 payment this week as well. So you can see we aim to pay towards our debt every week. In addition to that, though, we also aim to put as much extra money as possible towards this. And so, with that in mind, throughout the week, anytime that I had extra money to be able to pay towards this debt, I have. So, for the first week of February, when we sat down and did my budget results video, and we counted up what I had left over in my cash envelopes, I had a whopping $77 left over, and I collected all of that money, and rather than spend it on something frivolous, I stuck it into an envelope, which is my debt snowball envelope here, to be made as an extra debt payment. And that is what we're going to do today. I'm pretty excited. We've collected quite a bit of cash throughout the month for that. So, we collected $77 from this paycheck. And then the next paycheck, we took $110 that we had left over from our cash envelopes and put it towards that debt snowball payment. And then this last week, I just sat down and did my budget results video for the third week in February, and we had $27 that we were able to set aside for debt. So we have quite a bit of cash here that we're going to be able to deposit it into the bank to make an extra debt payment. I'm really excited about that. It was my goal to not eat out at all in the month of February and take that money that we would have spent and put it towards debt. So that's where a lot of this cash came from. We've been doing really great with that. So overall, I am really, really pleased with our progress. So when I checked my statement for Discover, we have managed to pay this credit card down. I forgot to mention, we also had a $700 payment we were able to make towards this Discover card with money that I had for collecting 30% of my income from YouTube throughout 2020 to have in case I needed to pay taxes when we filed our taxes. But when I filed my taxes, I discovered I didn't need that, so I was able to put that right towards this debt as well. So we have paid off a huge chunk of this, and our balance currently is $827, which means I could color all the way into here. But we're not done because we need to count this up, right? So I'm going to count this up and see exactly how much more we're going to be able to pay towards this debt. I just have to arrange it a little bit to make it easier to count. All right, let's see. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we're going to subtract $219, which is going to leave us a new balance of $608. But we also, as I mentioned, are going to put another $173 towards this week. I need to sit down and film that budget, but that money will be paid to that card this week as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and include it here. So another $173, which means our new balance by the time I deposit this cash and make those payments is going to be down to $435, which means I'm going to be able to color all the way down to this 440 mark. I can't color the next one because that's down to 352 and we're not quite there yet. But that is amazing. That means we only have just over $400 left to pay off. You guys know I've been in such a hurry to pay this card off because the interest-free period on this card expires at the end of March, and I'm happy to say we're going to get this bad boy paid off before the interest kicks in, which is so exciting. We're not quite there yet, but we should easily be able to continue to make our $173 payments every week and make that happen, and I'm so excited about that. So we're going to do some coloring. You guys know I like to kind of color code my chart by the month so that I can glance at it and see real easily. You know, red and green for December, that makes total sense. This kind of blue and gray scheme for January winter makes sense to me. And so for February, I thought we would do some pink and purple for, you know, Valentine's Day, that sort of thing. So we're going to color this in, and I'm going to chit chat with you a little bit while I color. But you guys, we're down to $435, which is huge. I am so excited. We have paid off a huge chunk. Now, of course, $700 of that came right from that tax money, but I could easily have taken that $700 and put it towards something frivolous. I have been saving for a Nintendo Switch, and I'll be honest, I considered taking part of that $700 and just buying the Switch right out, or outright rather, but instead I put it right to this credit card, which is a huge win for me, and I'm so proud of the progress we were able to make in February on this card. So, look at that. Huge chunk, more than we did in January for sure, which is exciting. So I'm very happy to be seeing this card go. We'll be hopefully updating you guys with a payoff update here real soon, and then we can move on to the next card in our list. So I wanted to ask your guys' advice, actually. I'm already thinking about the next card that we are going to tackle. We have, after we pay this card off, I believe 4 cards left. It would have been 3, but of course you guys know we had to use our Lowe's card to buy a new fridge, so that kind of set us back a little bit. We're not talking about that. We're not going to get down. This is a happy video. So we have 4 cards left. Now that Lowe's card that I just mentioned, the one that we put our fridge on, is 0 interest until February 2022. So even though it is technically the lowest card, and typically when you do the debt snowball, you go lowest to greatest, but you guys know that we have been known to do things out of order if it suits our situation. This Discover card, for example, was not the next lowest on our list. It was in fact the highest card on our list, but because we wanted to get it paid off before the interest kicked in, we went ahead and moved it to the top of the list to pay off. So because that card is interest free, I'm thinking we can skip it for now and just continue to make the minimum payment on it, which is only like $30, and tackle some of the other cards that we're paying large amounts of interest on and save ourselves some money in the long run. So what do you guys think of that? Like I said, that Lowe's card with the 0 interest is the next lowest card. It's right around the $2,000 mark. So, you know, we could tackle that and get it paid off pretty quickly, but because it's not collecting any interest, it makes more sense to me to pick one of the cards that we are paying interest on and tackle it. We have a second Lowe's card that has somewhere in the neighborhood of $3,000 on it that is collecting interest that we could tackle next. Or we have a Walmart card and an Amazon card, and both of those have very high balances, like in the neighborhood of this one, and very high interest rates. I think that the card that has the highest interest rate and the highest balance is Amazon. And it would be so satisfying to me to be able to pay that off, because it's just been a debt that I've carried for quite a while. You guys know I have an Amazon shopping addiction, and I think it would be so wonderful to get out from under that card. So I'm honestly leaning towards tackling that card next, but that's also the card that I am likely to use again once it's paid off. Now, what I should do is pay it off and cancel the card, and I'm considering it because I have such an emotional attachment to Amazon shopping. But at the same time, we also are, you know, planning in the next 5 years or so to try to get a loan for a house, a mortgage. And so having more available credit, is that going to be better for our credit score? Obviously, we follow some of Dave Ramsey's principles, but we're not full into everything he says. We believe in using credit cards. We use some credit cards every single week and pay them off and reap the rewards of that. But I don't know, it's just kind of my thought process, what I've been thinking about for the next card on our list. I'd love it if you would weigh in. What do you guys think? What should I tackle next? And what do you think about that Amazon card? Should I just pay it off and cancel it and be done? The other thing is because we do so much shopping through Amazon, we buy some household items through Amazon, and there's always an Amazon package on my doorstep. We do get a great rewards rate from that card if I can use it responsibly. You know, we get 5% cash back on everything we purchase with it. So if I can use it and pay it off every week like I do some of my other cards, we would reap a lot of rewards for that. So I don't know, what I'm thinking about doing is going ahead and tackling that Amazon card next and holding on to it. But if I find myself, you know, using it again without being able to pay it immediately, I'm going to cancel it and cut it up into 5,000 pieces. But I'm definitely in a different place now than I was when I first got that card. I'm much, much, much more responsible. I have used this Amazon card in the last year and maintained a balance on it, but I'm definitely in a different place than I was before. So I think that's what I'm leaning towards, but I do want to hear your guys' opinion. You know, I'm being pretty open and honest with you about the Amazon situation. I know that I can get out of control with it, so I would just like to hear your thoughts. Ultimately, of course, my husband and I will make that decision together. We will decide, but I definitely would love it if you would weigh in on what your thoughts are on the Amazon card and which card you think that I should tackle next. Should I just get some of these lower cards out of the way? Should I tackle that Lowe's card even though it has a 0 interest rate because it is the lowest card? Leave me your thoughts down below. For now, I'm going to stop rambling and I'm going to get this colored in and I'm going to speed it up so you don't have to watch me color like a second grader, like I always say, and then we will come back and say goodbye. So let's get this colored in. Alright friends, so I get a little sloppy there at the end. I mean, let's be real, the whole thing's a little sloppy, but I'm so excited about this. You guys, if we take this 440 that we are at right now, and of course you guys know it's not exact, but it's close enough, and we take that 2288 that we were at the end of January, and we subtract those two, we paid off $1,800-ish in February, which is so exciting. And if we could maintain that momentum, we could get these credit cards paid off even before the end of the year. Now, I know it's not always going to be a stellar month like this, but I'm so proud of us. All right, friends, that's going to do it for the Debt Snowball update for February. I am going to take all of this money to the bank and get it deposited and make those payments, and I'm thrilled with this. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love it if you would take a minute and comment and answer some of those questions I asked you guys. Give me your thoughts on what you think I should do next. I will be back soon with my week 4 February budget. We'll be talking all about where my money is going to go this week. And pretty soon we'll be moving into March. I've already started uploading a lot of my March kind of setup, so definitely check those videos out. Don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss a video. I post new budgeting and lifestyle content here on my channel every single week. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, friends.